Have you ever wondered if the mileage showing on a used car is actually accurate? You should, because according to the latest data, over 2.14 million vehicles on American roads have had their odometers rolled back, and the problem is growing by nearly 19% every 2 years. This fraud costs the average buyer $4,000 in lost value. I've personally helped dozens of viewers avoid these scams using the techniques I'm about to share. You'll learn why specific wear points never lie about a car's true mileage, how to spot inconsistencies between the vehicle's condition and its reported history, and the simple document verification that exposes fraud immediately, even on sophisticated digital systems that many wrongly assume can't be tampered with. The wear patterns that never lie. Imagine two identical car models side by side. One shows 40,000 miles, and the other shows 45,000 miles on the odometer. What's happening is the second car actually has 140,000 miles, but someone rolled back the odometer. The difference becomes obvious when you examine the wear patterns. First, check the brake pedal. On the high-mileage car, the rubber will be noticeably smoother where the driver's foot rests. A car with real 40,000 miles will still have distinct tread marks on the pedal surface. The accelerator pedal shows similar wear, just less pronounced since you don't press it as hard. Metal pedals develop a polished look where the ball of the foot touches repeatedly. Next, examine the driver's seat. Even with seat covers, long-term use changes the foam padding. You'll see more sagging in the cushion and wear on the outer bolsters where people slide in and out. The fabric or leather shows higher wear along the left side where drivers typically enter and exit. In contrast, a genuine low-mileage seat maintains its original shape and texture. Steering wheels develop distinctive wear patterns too. Most drivers grip the wheel between 10 and 2 o'clock positions. After 100,000 plus miles, these areas become noticeably smoother and shinier than other sections. Some older steering wheels even show leather cracking or color fading in these high contact zones. The reason why these clues matter is that they develop gradually over decades of use and can't be quickly faked like an odometer reading. Don't forget to check controls like the turn signal stalk and gear shifter. These plastic components gain a polished appearance after years of handling. Window switches and door handles show similar wear on high-mileage vehicles. The shift knob's surface texture becomes smoother where the palm rests during gear changes. Also, look at the footwell carpet by the driver's seat. After hundreds of thousands of foot movements, the pile wears down noticeably near the pedals. Some cars show actual holes in the carpet near the heel rest area. Compare this to the passenger side carpet. It should show much less wear unless the vehicle saw heavy carpool use. Before we move on to the next red flag, here's a quick reminder. If you're finding this helpful so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more quick car tips that can save you thousands. Alright, let's jump back in. Here's another sneaky way sellers might fake an odometer reading, and how you can catch it before it costs you. Door panels can reveal mileage truths too. The armrest area where drivers naturally rest their elbow becomes smoother over time. Upper door edges near the window show wear from hands grabbing them when entering and exiting. These signs accumulate slowly and consistently with actual miles driven. Paper trails and digital clues. Now that you've checked the physical wear patterns, let's talk about verifying mileage with documents. A clean Carfax report doesn't always mean the odometer is accurate. What's happening is many buyers don't realize service records often contain the real mileage from when work was done. Every time a car gets an oil change or other maintenance, most shops record the current mileage. These records create an independent history that's hard to fake. We're going to be looking at how to spot differences between these service records and what the odometer shows. The reason why this works is that maintenance records show mileage progression over time. If you see an oil change receipt showing 85,000 miles last year, but the odometer now reads 65,000, that's a clear sign of tampering. Even digital odometers can be rolled back, despite what many people think. Some scammers remove the vehicle's circuit board to change the mileage reading, making digital systems just as vulnerable as old mechanical ones. You know those small stickers mechanics put in door jambs or under the hood? They often have the mileage written on them from when service was performed. These are quick checks you can do right on the lot. Look for stickers from oil changes, tire rotations, or state inspections. If the numbers don't match the odometer, ask questions. Some shops also write mileage directly on receipts or work orders, so always ask to see any available paperwork. Vehicle history reports like Carfax or AutoCheck compile data from many sources, including service records. Reputable dealers will provide these reports. What's happening is these systems pull information from maintenance facilities, insurance companies, and registration records. They can show you the mileage progression over the car's lifetime. If you see the mileage going up normally for years, then suddenly dropping, that's a red flag. The reports also show emissions test results, which always include mileage readings. Don't just look at the most recent service records. Check the pattern over several years. A car should show steady mileage increases. About 12,000 to 15,000 miles per year is average. If you see a year where the mileage barely changed, or worse, decreased, that's evidence of tampering. Some fraudsters only roll back part of the mileage, so the changes might be subtle. That's why looking at multiple records matters. Also, check the title history carefully. Some states require mileage disclosure every time a car changes hands. Look for inconsistencies between the odometer readings on these documents. Be especially careful with out-of-state titles, as some states have less strict reporting requirements. A car that's moved between several states might have gaps in its mileage history. Under the hood truths. Let's look at what's happening under the hood that can reveal a car's true history. Engines and their components wear in specific patterns based on mileage, and these patterns don't lie. What's happening is rubber components like belts and hoses degrade through both age and use. On a car showing 30,000 miles, you shouldn't see cracked serpentine belts or hardened coolant hoses. These typically last at least 60,000 miles under normal conditions. Check the flexibility of radiator hoses. They should still be pliable on a genuinely low mileage vehicle. Also look at the belt tensioner for signs of excessive wear. We're going to be talking about brake wear next because it's one of the best indicators of actual use. Brake pads usually need replacement every 30,000 to 70,000 miles, based on driving habits. Examine the brake rotors. They should have minimal wear on a truly low mileage car. Look for grooves or uneven surfaces that indicate heavy use. Measure rotor thickness if you can. Most manufacturers specify minimum thickness levels. The reason why this matters is that brake replacement intervals directly correspond to mileage. If someone claims the car has 40,000 miles but the rotors are heavily worn or have been replaced multiple times, something's not adding up. You know those 4-digit numbers stamped on tire sidewalls? That's the DOT date code showing when the tires were made. The first 2 digits are the week, last 2 are the year. If a car shows 50,000 miles but has original tires from 8 years ago, that's suspicious. The tires typically last about 50,000 miles or 5 years. Also check tread wear patterns. Uneven wear can indicate suspension issues common in high mileage vehicles. If all 4 tires are brand new on a supposedly low mileage car, that could mean someone's trying to hide something. Suspension components tell their own mileage story. Shock absorbers and struts usually last 50,000 to 100,000 miles. Look for oil leaks around shocks or cracked rubber bushings. Grab each wheel at the top and bottom and try to rock it. Excessive play suggests worn wheel bearings common in high mileage vehicles. The steering system shows wear too. Check for looseness in the rack and pinion. Suspension wear is hard to fake because components degrade gradually over time. The engine bay itself reveals clues about mileage. Look at the battery age sticker. A 5-year-old battery in a 3-year-old car raises questions. Check fluid condition. Transmission fluid should still be bright red on a truly low mileage car. Engine oil should look relatively clean if recently changed. Heavy sludge buildup suggests long intervals between oil changes common in high mileage vehicles. Also examine hose clamps and connections for signs of repeated service work. Exhaust systems develop predictable wear too. Factory exhausts typically last 80,000 to 100,000 miles. If you see a newer muffler or catalytic converter on a supposedly low mileage car, ask why it was replaced. Rust patterns on the undercarriage can indicate age and climate exposure inconsistent with the odometer reading. Look at bolt heads on major components. Multiple tool marks suggest disassembly inconsistent with low mileage. Underhood labels and warning stickers often fade with time and heat exposure. On a car with genuine low miles, these should still be legible and firmly attached. Wiring harnesses shouldn't show extensive cracking or repairs. Rubber engine mounts dry out and crack with age. They should still be in good condition on a truly low mileage vehicle. The alternator and starter motor brushes wear down over time. Excessive wear contradicts low odometer readings. The key takeaway is to always use multiple verification methods together. No single check is foolproof. If you find any inconsistencies between the odometer, wear patterns, service records, or mechanical condition, it's best to walk away. NHTSA data shows odometer fraud is increasing by over 5% annually in states like Texas and Florida, so caution pays off. Remember, there will always be other cars available, and skipping one that shows red flags could save you thousands in hidden costs. Focus on vehicles with consistent documentation and wear patterns that match the mileage claimed. In the end, thorough inspections prevent costly mistakes.